A little pre-shuffle in. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm very excited for today's reading. I'll give it a few minutes and allow for the collective to file in today for what's going to be a very juicy tarot reading, channeled ancestor message. If the title called to you, there is a message here for you, okay? But I'm going to give it a few minutes, allow more people to come into the live, and then we will get started. And right off the bat, before we do any breath work or sound meditation, we will be doing a yes or no tarot poll. Just that way we can engage with the collective even better. Set the energy right on this Labor Day weekend. Light a little bit of rosemary. Activate the third eye, pineal gland. If you're not watching this live and you want to skip straight into the tarot or straight into the sound meditation, check the pinned comment below. I always let you know where the different parts of the reading begin. Oh, that's burning nicely. Let's go. Get rid of any negative energy, any negative spirits. Let me get the singing bowl set up. Buns, you want to make an appearance on the live today, beautiful? As my neighbor's dog starts talking. Have a good amount of water in the singing bowl today because I really want to get these vibrations right before we dive into the tarot. But before we do any of that, I see we have 4 people in the chat. Let's go. We're going to pull you a yes or no tarot card. These readings are general. They're for the public. So please only take what resonates with you. Leave the rest for another chosen one, starseed or sovereign being who may be needing it. And I have my lovely moderator, Sunny in LA, in the chat. He'll be removing any weird comments or negative energy so that I can stay in my flow state. We're going to open with a bit of breath work, a little bit of sound meditation, and then we will dive into your reading. But first, let's go ahead and pull you a crowning message for this reading, and then we're going to also pull a yes or no question. So if you'd like to pause here, set your ambiance, set your intention, and whatever you're wishing to receive a yes or no answer on to commence this reading, think about it now. Close your eyes if possible, if you're in a safe space to do so. And you might even, to amplify the manifestation of the answer to your question, you might even write down on a piece of paper what it is you're wishing to receive insight on tonight. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, Most High, please show my beautiful chosen collective what is crowning the energy for tonight's reading. I saw a coyote, a little bit of howling at the moon energy coming through. So I'm going to leave that crowning energy there. We're going to flip that over after we do our breath work and sound. But now I want you to focus very intently on your yes or no question. I'm going to be pulling the answer to your yes or no question from the Mystic Mondays deck. so many downloads during my meditation and just my preparation for tonight's live. So it's going to be a juicy reading. As I said, if you clicked on the title, there's something here for you. And if you would like a private, more personal tarot reading, check out the description and email me. I get readings completed in 72 hours or less. Temptation at the bottom of the deck. All right. Please reveal to my collective. Well, that was fast. There's your answer. And there's two. Some of you may have been asking an open-ended question, or you're looking for multiple answers. So you have two opportunities to get a yes or a no here. We have two messages there, and you're crowning. So without further ado, we're going to dive into the breath work and the sound meditation to set the vibrations for tonight's live. Once again, if you're in a comfortable space to do so, go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to take in 3 deep rounds of breath, filling up our chest, our lungs, and our belly. Let's go ahead. Deep inhale through the nose. And letting go. Taking another long inhale through your nose. Taking another sip if you can. And sighing it out. Allowing any muscles that you're not currently using to fully relax. And one more round together, in through the nose. And let it go. Please turn your volume down, and then you can adjust it louder once you hear the vibration of this bowl. And we're going to set our energy. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Let me know in the chat where you felt that 432 hertz frequency within your body. Maybe it was in the third eye chakra, within one of your 7 chakras in the body, or maybe it was somewhere completely different. Let me know in the chat. Thank you for joining me, for adding your beautiful energy into this collective. Give me a moment here. And to call in our benevolent ancestors, our spirit guides, angels, the Most High. I'm going to light these candles in the back. 3 candles, one of which is green for the heart chakra. The next is blue for the throat chakra. Moving from our heart tonight, speaking our truth from our throat chakra. And then we have purple, which can serve as both indigo for the third eye and violet for the crown chakra, enlightenment, clairvoyance, being able to see through the illusions. You felt it in your chest. Thank you for sharing, Curtis. All right. If you were not here for me pulling the crowning message, I also pulled 2 cards that are going to be an answer to a question for you. So if you didn't already ask, go ahead and add your energy in now. 2 cards dropped right out before I could even shuffle. So we'll pull those. But let's first see. You know what? No, we will begin with your yes or no answers. And then we'll see what's crowning us. Wow. 2 very, very different cards. So we have a yes for some and a no on the second card. First, you have strength, which is a definite yes. This is someone who can lead not just through strength, not just through power, but they use their confidence, their solar plexus, which happens to not be one of the chakras we lit tonight. But this is someone who knows their inner power. They receive many downloads from the sun. Some of you may be into sun gazing. But this is a definite yes, because the lion always comes out on top. Fierce energy at this time. And I'm getting with this card, your no, it's the 10 of Swords. So you may have recently heard a no, received a no on a project. Maybe it wasn't originally a yes, and then you were potentially ghosted or they went in another direction. For some of you, I'm hearing you got your hopes really high because you made it through an interview process. You may have done 2 to 3 interviews, background checks, psychology checks, so many things, and it just felt like this was the job. And it ended up feeling like you were stabbed in the back or betrayed here with this 10 of Swords. So it ended up being a no. But on the other side of this, you come out stronger. And I know a lot of my chosen collective, you're tired of being just strong. You're tired of having to constantly redirect, recreate, or pivot your energy. It feels for some, I'm hearing every time you trust in someone, there's this betrayal or this lack of honesty that leads to this deceit here, this pain, okay? Not physically, but emotionally. And if you've ever been through extreme emotional pain, it can physically manifest in your body. But then here you have a definite yes with the Strength card. So I'm getting a couple messages here. One is that you may have received a no, and it felt like the ultimate betrayal because you just knew you had it in the bag. For others, it was originally a no, but it's going to be regifted to you. They may have turned you down, but whoever this person was that they may have tried to replace you with, now this position, this offer, this opportunity, this relationship is back open. Now they're going to be reinterested in you. The question is, now that you've garnered this strength and you've been through that in the past with this and they didn't see your value, are you going to say yes to the opportunity? But it's definitely going to circle back around for you. Let's see what energy is crowning my beautiful chosen tribe. We have number 32, shield your energy. Shield your energy with the frog here. Look beneath the surface. This is numbered 32. So with the 5, we have dissatisfaction and imbalance. So you may be dealing with someone, once again, I'm getting for many of you, this is a contract or an opportunity when it comes to money or to just your own spiritual growth. You may be trying to mentor or have someone who, or be an apprentice to someone, but you're being asked to shield your energy and look beneath the surface. You can see the honeycombs here, almost the grid. Many of you are seeing past the illusions, seeing past the grid. I shared this in a recent short, but for a lot of my chosen ones, you have these prophetic dreams, and sometimes they're palatable, sometimes they're very happy, and other times they can be absolutely terrifying. But your benevolent ancestors give you nothing that you can't handle. And that's where that strength comes through. You had to receive that no in the past or that betrayal in order to come out the other side. And you can even see it here. Look how big this sun in the back is. And then as you go through that, this is the 10 is also completion in tarot. So never again is that going, are you going to allow this to happen to you? Because you're going to be shielding and protecting your energy and looking beneath the surface. For many of you, someone may present themselves as very wealthy, very well put together, but you're going to need to look past their physical facade, their visage, if you will, and see what aura they're emanating. If you can't see aura colors, it may just be simply relying upon your second gut, your intuition, in order to um, see this person for who they truly are. Because as you see, you left that betrayal. There's that big sun in the back, and now it's in the past. You've been through the mountains, through the valleys, through the shadow period. You've done the work. Curtis, awesome. Thank you. Thank you to those who've donated. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Anyone who donates during the live, I will definitely give you a shout out. I believe that was from my moderator, Sunny in LA. Could you just confirm that that was Curtis? Thank you very kindly, Curtis. That was a very generous donation. Thank you to Mia as well, who left a donation a few weeks back, and I have been meaning to, she did it after the live. I've been meaning to thank her as well. But Curtis, much gratitude. May that energy come back to you tenfold. So, a few things before we dive into my many tarot decks that I brought out, because tonight is going to be a very juicy reading. A few downloads that I've been receiving. Let me know if any of these are resonating with the chosen. 1111. Some of you may be life path master number 11s. As I say that, there were 5 people in the chat, 6 likes. 5 and 6 is the 11. No such thing as coincidence. Even though one person left, another liked. Now it's 7 and 4. It's once again the 11 in the chat. So we have 1111. You may be seeing that a lot. You may be a life path number 11 or a master number 11. For those of you who are, your spiritual gifts are awakening. And this is what is frightening the masses or the powers that be, because you are a spiritual healer, a spiritual teacher, or a spiritual leader, maybe all 3, but that is your gift. I got quite a few interesting downloads visual, so I'm going to please only take what resonates. Remember that this is a collective reading. But we have Go Go Power Rangers, so maybe some Power Rangers fans from the 90s. I also saw a blue piece of pizza. I have no idea what that means, but it's going to resonate with someone who's either in the live now or who watches this after it uploads. I also received candy corn and toe socks. I don't know if anyone has seen toe socks in a while. Surprisingly, I wear them from time to time, but those used to be really popular in the early 2000s. I think people think they're weird now. I also received the name Amy. Some of you in the chat, you don't refer to yourself as a witch or a warlock, but a sorcerer or a sorceress. Many of you have divine gifts. The Green Ranger, I love it. For others of you, I want you to look out for 2 totems this week, one of which is going to be a bear of any variety, Kodiak, polar, brown, black. Look out for bears, whether they're stuffed animals or you're seeing them on TV or you see it in a movie, you hear about it on the radio. A bear is going to be your spirit totem. Since this came out first, you may also be on the lookout for frogs. Frogs here. For some, I'm even hearing when you kiss this frog, they won't be a prince or a princess. So once again, look beneath the surface and shield your energy. Now we have a new moon coming up in Virgo this Monday at 9:56 p.m. If you're Pacific time, if you're on the East Coast in America, in the US, it's going to be 6:56. If you know me, you know I love the full moon and the new moon, not only because it's divine feminine energy and we're very cyclical and in tune together, but it is a great time for releasing and for manifestation. With new moon, it is the perfect time to manifest within those 3 days leading up and the 3 days in the shadow period as it begins to wax and grow in illumination. So planting the seeds now for what it is you wish to manifest over the next 2 weeks, what you want to pour your water, your energy into. So if there's anything in that you're wishing to manifest with this new moon in Virgo. And you know, Virgo is all about perfection, perfecting things, finding that balance just before we go into Libra season. So if there's anything you're wishing to manifest with this new moon on Monday, leave it in the chat or say it out loud, write it on a piece of paper, and just leave a 333 in the chat. All right, let's see. Did I miss any of my other downloads? So the second one is going to be a black rabbit. And I actually have a black rabbit, hence BlackBunnieTarot. You probably hear her digging in the back a lot. She might make an appearance on the live tonight when I give her a little bit of parsley. We'll see. But be on the lookout for those spirit totems, bears, frogs, and black rabbits specifically. Some of you may have recently watched The Matrix, Follow the White Rabbit. But in this case, it's going to be Follow the Black Rabbit, Follow the Carbon Rabbit. All right, I'm going to dive back into that Mystic Mondays deck. But first, if the title drew you in, then you know they fear your awakening. You know this. Bottom of the deck, Strength Energy twice. We've only pulled 4 cards, haven't even pulled a card yet, and Strength's come out twice. Strength has come out twice for you. Many of you have been going through those trials and tribulations, and that is very much the master number 11, the battle of the ego, but also needing the double, the partnership. So I'm going to pull that Strength. We're going to leave that out as confirmation. Strength also happens to be number 11 in the tarot. In this tarot deck, in the other tarot deck, it's represented by the 8. So some of you may be seeing 888, or you may have felt this huge shift that a lot of us have been talking about here on YouTube since the Lionsgate 888 portal. If you know, drop an 888 in the chat. Wow, you said I had my bear rug stolen recently. No such thing as coincidence. No such thing as coincidence. And what's kind of ironic about that, if you look at the depiction here, she's not leading through that strength or that power. She's not ripping open the jaws of the lion. She's just very gently. It's almost as though the lion trusts her enough to allow her to insert her hand. But it almost looks like taxidermy. Like this, like the head is full, but the body is almost like a rug would be for those who have bear rugs or animal rugs. Very interesting. A lion nonetheless, but look at this. As I split the deck, 2 of Wands, 9 of Wands. 2 plus the 9 is the 11. A lot of 11 coming through tonight. So the 11, the 111, the 911 often comes through as a false flag or a very traumatic event, war. So be on the lookout for anyone who may be fear mongering. Now, I myself titled this, They Fear Your Awakening, because they do, chosen ones. You may think, little old me. Big you. In spirit, you have an entire army around you. Spirit, please show my beautiful chosen tribe, my collective, what it is that they need to see. No jumpers. I don't normally shuffle with my eyes closed, but I'm being told to feel for the cards. It's almost as though I knew none were going to jump out. Ooh, sticky. Some of you have gotten yourself recently out of sticky situations. Some of you may have thought about being an attorney, or you may have been in contact with an attorney. This could be potentially to free a loved one. I've been meaning to say this in a live, so I'm just going to say it now. Free Rashad Jamal. You know, he is one of my favorite spiritual teachers who came along my path right when I needed him, as many people do. Flair Brune, she is another great one. Be sure to check out her channel. But I specifically wanted to say free Rashad Jamal because, you know, that's how they do the truth speakers. They create slander campaigns against them. And then a lot of us, we fear the law so much, and we're so uneducated on our laws, on our rights, on warrants, on on our constitutional rights, and we allow it to put us in a state of fear. And I move out of intuition. I do not believe that he did what they said he did. End of story. But whew, so many cups. Wow, powerful, powerful energy here. Some of you are so incredibly creative. I'm getting waterbender, airbender for some of you. You are unlocking these powers that have been lying dormant. I'm hearing for centuries within your DNA. Someone from your lineage, I have many seers here, potentially other tarot readers in the chat tonight, but definitely seers. And the first card out, major arcana here with the Hierophant. This is Taurian, Taurus energy, Venetian energy. You may have really great days on Fridays. With this Hierophant, I'm getting something about the British masses. Many of you may have been watching these recent protests and riots. You're seeing what's happening over there in the UK, and some of you are foretelling or foreseeing or prophesizing how that could influence and affect people here in the United States. Some of you may be British, maybe your parents. I keep getting Friday, and hier in French is yesterday. So for some of you, yesterday or recently in a Friday or in Fridays to come, something very profound is going to come across your vision, your dreams, whether in your 3D, the fourth dimension, or the fifth. And it is going to, instead of shaking you to your core, it's the exact opposite of the tower moment. You're going to feel solid on solid foundation. You see the double pillars here, more 11. I know many of you who are watching this live or after are master number 11s, or you may be the life path number 2 if you were to break that down. Wow. Some of you may have dreams of being a cattle rancher. Very specific. It's not going to resonate with everyone. Please remember that this is a general reading. For others of you, you've been recently getting into how the blue roofs saved the homes in Hawaii. If you haven't looked into that, I do encourage you to do so. But many of you are going to be wearing blue, whether you're becoming a nurse, being passing your boards, or a doctor. You're going to be someone of influence. You see this Hierophant here, while that is a mudra symbol, it's also as though this person could raise 2 fingers and bring an entire room of 1,000 people to a hush. It could bring 1,000 people to a hush, you simply lifting your hand. For some of you, I'm getting that you learned sign language, and you may be communicating with animals at this time, whether that be your own animal, but this is going to be, I'm getting more so outside and around your home, wherever it is you live. You can look into a bird's eyes and feel as though you two just exchanged information. And it sounds a little bit wild or absurd when you say it out loud, but you understand and overstand the power that you possess. Wow, LB, you said you passed your registered nursing boards in March 2020, the day they locked everything down. Yes, and I had locked in a really good contract teaching. I am a yoga teacher as well, entrepreneur, but I had locked in a very good teaching job. They had me increase the aggregate on my insurance. The day I did that, everything shut down. March 9th, 2020. We'll never forget it. Right as all these opportunities were flowing in. And for many of you, that goes back to how we opened this reading with the Ten of Swords. You received a yes, or you thought you had it, and then it became a no. But something is going to be circling back around, because for your yes card, you had the strength. And then at the bottom of the deck, in the very next deck, strength came out again. So you've been through many trials and tribulations, that is without a doubt, but it's bringing you to this version of yourself that you never would have elevated to were it not for these experiences. Some of you, I'm getting you recently watched Friends episode, or you may have watched Leave the World Behind on Netflix. I'm getting 777. The 7 may be your life path. That may be a pertinent number that you're seeing. Or if you break down the 777, that's 21. 2 plus 1 is the 3, which just lets me know, especially coming into our next card, King of Wands, you are in manifestation energy right now. All of the chains, the imprisonment of your mind, whether in 3D flesh or in the spirit, they're being broken. Generational curses are being broken. You can see this person looking ahead, this king energy here, this divine masculine. They don't have to even lift a finger. They're sitting upon their throne with their wand, knowing that what they see in their mind's eye and what they actively do to manifest it is going to come raining in. No double entendre, reign, REIGN, reigning like royalty. Many of you are descendants of royalty. You may be becoming acquainted or reacquainted with your galactic family. So tonight's message is an ancestor message, but we have our 3D benevolent ancestors who are part of our bloodline. And then we have our galactic family from the planets and the galaxies that we came from. Because remember, we signed up for this. We signed up to be in this vessel at this time to accomplish and fulfill the mission that we set out here. Although, as we pass through that birth canal and come back into this 3D prison planet, if you will, every distraction is placed along your path to stop you from answering the call of the chosen. Every distraction and energy and entity is sent towards you to take you off your path long enough to bring you into destruction, demise, or the most powerful, not even your physical, but your mind. You believing that you cannot, that you are not chosen. But many of you have been answering this call, and for many, I'm hearing this is in your dream state. Maybe your first out of body experience is when you connected with your galactic family. This may be who I picked up on that you're communicating with, whom you don't need words, because maybe you're speaking a completely different language in your dream that you've never spoken in this life. And even if you tried to say it was German or French, it was none of those things. Tu ne sais pas. Tu ne sais pas. Someone doesn't deserve your energy. And this is why this came out as your crowning of the reading, to shield your energy. Someone does not deserve your energy. This may be someone who thinks they're really funny. They may make self-deprecating comments, but also because they do it to themselves and people laugh, they may also poke fun. Once again, there's that bear spirit totem coming through, but poke the bear to see how much you'll take. This person is testing you. I just dropped a video a couple days ago about why we need to respect the divine feminine, women in water, and what surfing has taught me. Please check that out, because after I shared my live 3 nights ago about the PAN plan, they've limited my reach. They didn't take the video down, but my next 2 videos have gotten no reach. When I go into analytics, it's like we showed it to 18 people, 17 people clicked on it. So that means you should show it to way more. If you understand YouTube or analytics and the algorithm, you can tell when you're being shadowed. But with this women in water, what I'm getting is the very same thing here. I didn't mention this in the women in water, but this is another lesson that the water taught me. Many times a shark or a fish that's bigger than you, they don't necessarily want to eat a human. So what they'll do is, when they're unsure of what you are, they'll bump you to test about how strong you are before they come back a second time and maybe take a nibble. And that can be fatal depending on where they bite. So that's what I'm getting with this King of Wands energy. There's someone who's poking the bear to test you, to see your resilience, your strength. And now I will say, be a master of your waters, be a master of your emotions, control that tide. Even when you're raging from the inside, being able to speak with calm, using a mudra that I shared to my Patreon, I would love to have you over at the Patreon. Many cool things. I uploaded every day for 3 weeks there, so plenty of content if you're just jumping into it. But I shared mudras. So for some of you, this mudra specifically, the power, and it also looks like the divine feminine. No one likes to say that, but that's what that looks like, the P power. And you bring the 3 fingers, interlace, index fingers to touch, thumbs to touch. And it allows you to bring about a calm in your body while maintaining clarity. And many of you are going to need to tap into those mudras around these people, because I'm hearing that whomever this is someone you can't just cut off or completely avoid. They may be in your workplace, they may be someone you have to legally deal with. This could be a family member whom you just are unable at this time to distance yourself from. So you're going to need to use those galactic codes. You're going to need to remember who you are and maintain that prowess, that inner solace when you're dealing with these people who are trying to knock you off your path, who essentially are testing you. And the fact that they're even testing you should let you know everything you need to know. They fear you and they fear your awakening. For some, this is definitely a family member who fears your success. You have been in the past the scapegoat, the person who always made them feel better about themselves. And so, what will they do as you elevate to these new levels of success? And that may not just be 3D material things, but it's how you move about a room, how you shift the energy when you walk in, things that can't be imitated or duplicated. And it irks this person. It irks that demon energy within them, the darkness that they have not yet dealt with, because we all have it. We all possess both. We all wake up every day when we're given another day of life on this 3D plane with the option to move in godlike energy or in devil-like energy. And you're going to be meeting the devil in that way in the 3D plane and maintaining your not just protection. This is nothing to fear. Absolutely nothing to fear. This is going to be the ultimate uprising of your energy and of your power. Heavy is the head that bears the crown. But you've been waiting so long for this that it's not going to even feel like a burden. It's like finally, it's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, if I'm remembering that correctly. You're gonna sit on your throne like this King of Wands, and you're gonna finally say, ah, just right, just right. Finally, you've aligned with all of your bemoorings, your blessings, and everything that's owed to you is going to be coming to you tenfold, because even your cups here, they're going up in denominations. Yes, Patreon is where it's at. Thank you, Sunny. If you're in the chat, drop a 333 if these messages are resonating. I greatly appreciate it. Share the live, like the live, so it can reach more of our chosen tribe collective. As I always say, it's bigger than me. It's about us connecting with our community. And the more people who come in this chat, the more you can make acquaintances, friends, the more we can all connect and tap into these divine downloads that I know as this mass awakening is happening, we're all receiving. That's part of the reason I created the Patreon, was to share the dreams that I'm not comfortable sharing with the whole public. Know when to give yourself for free knowledge and be of service, and know when to charge an access fee. Very clear message for some. And over there, you can share your dreams in the live chat, and we can kind of cross reference, and see if some of us are having similar dreams, what they may mean, and just have a much deeper conversation where I don't have to worry about the trolls, and we don't have to worry about this content being censored. Moving forward, some of you may work at a deli, or you may be giving up deli meat. Definitely cut down on the processed foods, my chosen tribe. I don't like to tell people what to do. So I will just strongly encourage, during this time, you want your vessel, practice fasting if you can. I am not a medical professional, But practice fasting, even if it's intermittent fasting, a few hours in the morning, or just not eating really late at night. Avoid highly processed, highly cured meats, because as your vessel is expanding, as your DNA is upgrading and you're receiving these divine downloads, you don't want anything blocking your blessings. You don't want anything in the 3D that physically is slow to digest to be physically slow to release from your body, because that's only going to slow up this 3D planetary manifestation. Some of you, this card says Jews uniting to deface them, and that there's often a correlation. Some of you may be having dreams of war. Others of you, it's completely separate. You may be into fashion. I'm hearing So Chic. That may be the name of a company. I'm sorry if I'm outing your company. I'm sure it's copyright. Um, this person who's around you, they feel as though they are unable to be happy. They have an inability to be happy. I'm also getting something about a Chicago woman, applicable laws and regulations. So someone may be a cop, a security guard, a city worker. Others of you may specifically be from Chicago, or talking or intertwined with someone's energy from the Midwest, from the Windy City. Once again, bringing up that air bending, that water bending energy. And you have here the 2, the 3, and the 6 of cups. So many of you are building. You're building your emotions and balancing your emotions. For some of you, I don't like to talk much romance, but this is going to be soulmate twin flame energy with this 2 of cups. This is you manifesting in the 3D someone who you've been envisioning for quite some time. You may have written down on paper what it is you want in a spouse, in a partner, and they're going to be coming in for you. For some of you, I'm getting, you may see this person through a window. Not like a creep, not a peeping Tom, okay? But you're going to be seeing this person, maybe even out for drinks. But I'm getting that you're going to see this person through a window, potentially even coffee. They're having coffee or tea or chai. And you see them through a window, and wherever it is you're heading, there's this inner calling to you. And it's going to tell you, just go inside. And you may not even have to walk up and initiate a conversation. Something's going to bring you two together. I'm getting that very heavy with this 2 of cups. I almost said with this Chicago again. Someone may teach biology, sociology, one of the ologies. Definite in alignment here. If this is not romantic, this is partnership in business. This is exactly what it is you've been working towards, and it's coming to fruition. You are going to have this 3 of cups situation come in here, though. And with this 3 of cups, I often get celebration. This can be a baby shower, a wedding. You may be at work in wedding season, right? So you may be coming in celebrating the love of other people. Sometimes 3 of cups on a more shadow plane can represent a third wheel, 3 being company. I would like to look at this as high vibrational. Some of you may be manifesting, physically birthing or bringing into the world a child. So if you're not trying to do that, please be mindful, take proper precautions. But definitely celebratory energy here with the 3 of cups. There's a lot to celebrate. Your chakras are aligning, your emotions are aligning. And because you're doing the work, you used to think you had to do the physical 3D work to attract in this person or what it is that you wanted. But now you realize there's nothing outside of you that could bring you happiness like you can. So because you're focusing on you, it's as though you're attracting in more. So for some of you, this may be 2 opportunities you're attracting in, and you're going to have to choose between these 2 things. For others of you, you may be attracting into potential lovers, and you may have to choose between. On that shadow side, as I referred to earlier, this could be someone you're interested in, potentially having someone else they're interested in. And they're going to have to make a choice, or you're going to have to make a choice to remove yourself to shield your energy. But for the most part, for about 85% of you, I'm getting this is celebratory energy. Okay. I'm getting Angie. Lola, Joey, also Donahue. Someone maybe watch someone on YouTube with the name Donahue. Some of you may be drinking Yoo-hoo or you drank Yoo-hoo a lot as a child. So after that Three of Cups, we had the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups. What's the 2 times 3? It's the 6. And here you are, divine balance. What a happy, beautiful card. This is the success I was feeling from going through that 10 of Swords, from having to shield your energy, 2 strength cards coming out, Hierophant, King of Wands, all this mastering of your emotions. So you can finally have this solid foundation and this satisfaction of the 6. Even keeled. Reciprocation, reciprocity being a key word moving into the month of September. Your harvest is going to be coming in, and you may be collaborating with other people, but it's going to be unlike any other collaboration you've done, whereas everyone's pulling their own weight. Everyone is contributing and bringing to the collective what it is that's going to elevate you all. No one sees themselves as bigger than the goal. You all see yourself as part of the intricate mechanics of getting there. I'm also hearing Ezekiel from the Bible. There may be a specific verse that resonates with you or that may pop out. If you see it this week, refer back to this reading, and around this part of the reading, there may be a deeper message hidden here for you. Now, we opened with the 10 of Swords, and here we are with the 8 of Swords. Communication. So with all of these cups, we had Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. With the strength, we have Leo energy. The Hierophant, we had Taurian, Taurus energy. King of Wands, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. With the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, we have air sign, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. This is definitely about direct communication, minding your tongue because it is your sword. Words do hurt. With this 8 of Swords, however, it's not depicted like that in this deck, but often it's depicted with 8 swords surrounding a woman, and her hands are loosely tied and her eyes are loosely blindfolded, meaning she's in a prison of her own making, which for many of you, this is a mental prison, one of conditioning, programming, people spill, like I said, you being the scapegoat or the black sheep of your family, and people just maybe expecting you to show up and not deliver, or to not meet the mark. Maybe it's not that you're not consistent. You just change activities very frequently. So you may constantly be pivoting, not because you're distracted, but because you're listening to spirit. You're allowing spirit to guide you. So what looks like to everyone else in the 3D is you can't keep a job or you can't keep your focus on something. It's deeper than that. You're moving from a place of intuition that a lot of people aren't ready for, and therefore they don't understand the moves that you're making right now. So with this 8 of Swords, definitely be mindful of negative self-talk, of self-deprecating humor. Okay, if you have to make fun of yourself to make a room of people laugh, that's not the room you're supposed to be in. Shield your energy. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water and get my rabbit some parsley. She'll make a quick appearance, and we'll dive into the next deck. So just give me a moment. I will be right back. All right. I am back. Come say hi to the collective. Since many of you are probably wondering about Black Bunny Tarot, this is her. Her hair flies everywhere. You gonna eat it on camera? No. No? She's got a little stage fright. It's okay, Mama. You can eat it down there. All right, so that's Black Bunny Tarot. There's your bunny totem for the week. We're gonna dive back into the Mystic Mondays deck. Now she's eating it on my lap, so don't mind her. This microphone picks up everything, so I'm still getting used to it. So I'm sorry if I'm touching it, swiping it, making noises. If you're here in the chat and you're enjoying the live, drop a 333. Thank you, LB. That is my baby. I've had her for almost 7 years. In 2 months, not even 2 months, 6 weeks, I will have had her for 7 years. And I've had her since she was 4 months old. Hence Black Bunny Tarot. Now you know why. I always have to clarify because I think people think I'm referring to myself as a rabbit or a bunny. But no, just my baby girl. Now she's very happily eating that. If you've never seen a rabbit eat kale or greens, it's absolutely hilarious and probably the cutest thing. Even though rabbits are not these like super cute animals that you think they are, they're very more badass. They have no fears. I'll let you go, Mama. All right. She doesn't like that. She doesn't like being up high. But she will jump on the bed and do some zoomies. So now I'm going to have hair everywhere. Let's do one more shuffle. We're going to call now upon the benevolent ancestors for further guidance in this reading. I'm loving what I'm seeing. You know, the powers that be, they definitely fear the raising of the collective consciousness. And many of you, yes, we're stronger in numbers, but I don't think you realize how powerful you truly are. You know, these monitoring spirits, every time you sit down to do a recording or to do some creative work, you may be bombarded with dogs barking or neighbors hammering. That is a sign of a monitoring spirit. When you get into your flow state, yes, it is true you are divinely protected. And when you're in that true meditative flow state, interruptions cannot penetrate. But for many of you, what I'm getting is when you sit down to meditate or you sit down for that moment to even open that channel of creativity, the noise starts, the hammering starts, your phone starts ringing. Everything is coming along right now to distract you. And so, clear message from the ancestors: instead of getting upset or annoyed or frustrated, master and tame your waters. Allow it to pass and try to maintain that flow state or open that channel in spite of the noise, because they're doing it to throw you off of your game. Another download today. I know if you didn't get here since the beginning, please take it back. Do the sound meditation, do the breath work, put your energy into the reading, and catch all the pieces, because I had quite a few downloads I wrote today. One of them being the Tree of Life. I haven't seen this piece of my jewelry in a while and it popped out. So I chose the Tree of Life in the back. For many of you, your roots run deep, as above, so below. Spirit. Yep. Please show my beautiful collective, my chosen tribe, what it is that they need to see. Any messages from their benevolent ancestors? Let's begin with those 3 jumpers. Quite a few. Ooh, we have some repeats. So far, we've had 2 strength cards from 2 different decks. Now we've had 2 hierophants from 2 different decks. This time it being your last card. In the last deck, it was your first card out of that deck, next to the strength in your subconscious. We'll move through this. A few major arcanas here. Wow, wow, wow. So much confirmation from Spirit. 5 of Swords. There's that dissatisfaction in communication. But what I'm getting is that you're going to find balance through finding and opening and activating your throat chakra. Many of you are that spiritual leader, that spiritual teacher, and people are going to gather around to hear what it is you have to say. For some of you, you may think, I am incredibly terrified of public speaking. It's easy to type something or to write something, or maybe to even record with no video, but speaking in front of people live, it makes you nervous. You're being called and you're being told specifically by your benevolent ancestors that they are your entire army and they are channeling to you the things you need to know. You're going to have to use discernment with this 5, because with the 5, sometimes it can be illusionary, or it can be you focusing too much on what happened in the past and being dissatisfied. So remaining present and knowing which messages are coming through for you and you only, and which messages are meant for the collective with this 5 of Swords here. 333, thank you, Curtis. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you again for the donation. It truly, truly means a lot. I am very appreciative for all of the good energy in the chat tonight, the likes, the comments. It really means a lot to me because I said it a few times. Next, we have Libra energy with Justice. There's that attorney, law, legal system that I felt coming out here. You may notice in many law shows or even in a courtroom, the scales aren't ever balanced. There's always one off. But here in this deck, it's perfectly balanced. This is the mastering of all of your tools. It's much like the magician, where you have the wands, the cups, the swords, and the pentacles, which just made me realize you have no pentacles in this reading, no coin energy, which is earth energy. You're all water, all communication, and all manifestation. What this lets me know is you are not on the 3D plane at this time. Things are no longer moving slow for you because you're operating at a higher frequency, able to attract in what it is that you've been waiting for. Not just what you've been waiting for, because for many of you, I'm hearing that what's coming in is greater than your wildest imagination. You couldn't have written a better script if you were the writer of The Matrix. With this justice here, though, if you are dealing with a legal matter, with a contract, with a job, you're in a custody battle, it is going to rule in your favor. Whenever the justice card comes out upright, not inverted, it is about justice being served, fairness. It is also the 11 in this deck, which is that 1111, master number 11, life path 11. If you know that you're a life path 11, leave it in the chat, whether that's live or in the comments after this goes public. Some of you may paint your nails black, or you may be dyeing your hair black. Very specific, won't resonate with everyone. I am noticing here now for the first time, for these two scales to be balanced, there are 3 parties involved. Collaboration and cooperation. And here you come in with the 18, which is number 9 in numerology, with the moon, Cancerian, Scorpio energy with the moon, but definitely Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. If you haven't already left in the chat what you're wishing to manifest with this new moon, leave it in the chat now. For many of you, you see more clearly at night, which is probably why you're in this chat, why you're in this live. You see more clearly at night than you do during the day. Not with your 2 physical eyes, but with your primary eye, your third eye. Because as you notice here, this person is divinely connected with the moon. The moon is all about illumination. This can be illumination of the crown chakra, enlightenment, the 1,000 petaled lotus flower. Or this can simply mean that things done in the dark, things done in the past against you are being exposed. Specifically, I'm hearing with this full moon coming up in September. So within the next 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, expect something to come to light that may clear your name, that may bring you justice, or that may simply bring you peace. Whatever this is, I see that you've turned your back on it long ago. This is also highly representative of divine feminine, watery energy. very much being a master of your emotions right now. I cannot say it enough. But also, your dreams will be incredibly potent for the next 18 days, very specific. And with these stars here, I'm getting that for many of you, this is your galactic family. You sit at night and you call upon these benevolent ancestors, upon your galactic family, and you wait to receive the downloads that they bestow upon you in your dream state. For those of you who are a bit nervous to do that, or you're afraid of what they may reveal to you, simply let your ancestors know that you don't want to be scared. If they can do it in a way that will be palatable for you, let them know, of your fears ahead of time. Whatever is bestowed upon you, you are ready for it. And for many of you, you may be called to these two opportunities, this one on the left, this one on the right. But you're being called straight up the middle, the path less traveled, AKA the pathless woods. You're going to be forging your own path, starting something completely different. And for many of you, it's going to require you to tap into a divine feminine energy that you've never had to tap into before, whether you're a man, a woman, it does not matter. It's going to bring out a nurturing quality in you that not only fills the cup of everyone around you, but you still have enough for you. And that is so important because, especially as teachers, as healers, as chosen ones, we tend to give and give and give, but you cannot pour from an empty cup. Whether that's taking time for you to recharge your energy to better be of service to the collective, to your family, to your job, to your business. And then confirmation, look at how closely these cards match. Your very next card is the Queen of Cups. Look at the ancestors cheersing to you for all of the hard work. For many of you, I'm also seeing a theme here of solitude. Many of you are coming out as the King of Wands and as the Hierophant, this ultimate clairvoyant, the seer, this healer, because you've spent time in darkness. You've been through the dark night of the soul. Some of you may be being called to wear red lipstick or to wear red. Some of you may be really looking up mermaids and mermen, just very intrigued by the water, the ocean at this time, and how much of it we just have not discovered. But you're getting the ultimate toast here. Three of Cups, the Moon card with this watery energy, and Queen of Cups here. Look at this. Each on their own, out in nature, definitely a sign to ground your energy in a body of water, bare feet in the grass, whatever you can do. It's going to be really hot the next week here where I'm at, so it might be hot for you as well. Maybe if you have the day off on Monday, you might find yourself in a wee bit of nature. Taking off your shoes, taking off your socks, and actually letting your toes hug the earth, hug Mama Nature. And that, here we go, we do have a Pentacles. I was going to say that may increase that flow on the 3D plane, but here it is, Ace of Pentacles, victory. It's almost like spirits, like, here's what you've been waiting for. They said, it's telling a story from dissatisfaction to justice, to things done in the past that may have felt like they were slander or to throw you off your path. They're coming to light and exonerating you, if you will. And then here are your ancestors, your spirit guides, cheersing to this newfound enlightenment, to this higher vibration that you have manifested, not just through visualization and meditation, but through action-oriented things, through hard work. And you're being blessed with this Ace of Pentacles. This is a definite increase in finances. And the Pentacles are not just about money. They're about your earthly body. This is about being in optimal health. This is about finding the knowledge to heal thyself. Because disease is simply dis-ease in the body. So for some of you, it's going to be you may have many symptoms, but you're going to get down to the root cause of what it is. And once you do, you're going to better be able to form an attack or an approach on this dis-ease within the body. Once again, I am not a medical professional. Ace of Pentacles, this is beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm also getting that this is coronation, enlightenment for many of you. That's that king, that reigning energy that we had with this King of Wands. Next, you do have the Three of Swords. Because remember, once you're at the top, that's when the devil usually shows up. So here we have the Three of Swords. This in romance is often heartbreak. You can see it. Three swords through the heart. For many of you, this is Christ consciousness. This is that Jesus energy. Some of you may be 33 years old, or you may be walking a path that is in alignment with your soul's purpose and mission, but many people may be casting stones at you. They may not understand or overstand what it is you're doing, why you left that job on Wall Street, what happened to being a doctor. Weren't you supposed to be an attorney? Why are you teaching yoga and starting a cotton candy stand? Like, whatever this thing is, it's going to feel, I'm getting this heartbreak is going to be a, a sacrifice of your old self. Sorry, I hit the microphone there. Sorry if that created a bit of noise. I am getting with this Three of Swords that all of your pain has led you to this moment, to this magic number 3, to this divinity. Many trials, many tribulations, very tumultuous journey, but without this pain, you wouldn't know what true joy was. You wouldn't know. And that brought you to this confirmation of the Hierophant, the all-seeing eye. And didn't we light the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown today? And all of this blue, all of this watery energy tonight coming through for you. It's as though everyone else took the elevator and you took the stairs. So it took you longer. Things were taking longer to manifest. And comparison is the ultimate thief of joy, I'm hearing for many of you. There may be someone who's doing something similar to you, and it's just blowing up much, much more quickly than yours is. But what Spirit has waiting for you is so complete, you won't even remember what it is that you felt a little less than about with this Hierophant energy. But for many of you, you may benefit from getting a tarot deck at this time, pulling your own cards, maybe reading for family or friends or whoever you trust. Just learning the tarot and being able to use it as a tool to activate and to elevate your own clairvoyance, your own clairaudience, your own channel to the divine, to the Most High, to your benevolent ancestors. So many clairvoyants, high vibrational chosen ones in the chat. Thank you for being here. I am going to move into another deck. We're not ending it yet. We're going to pull from the Starseed Oracle and my favorite melanated deck, the Dust to Onyx, after that before we close. Spirit's telling me to keep going, so who am I to stop? But let me create a bit of space here. One moment. A lot of cards tonight. All right, let's see what the Starseed Oracle has for my Starseeds, my chosen ones, my chosen tribe. I feel a sneeze. I don't know if it's going to come or not. Maybe someone just sneezed. Oh, it just popped out 3 cards, and I'm going to take those. Anything popping out tonight, we're taking it. Okay, I'm going to do it a little differently. Let's split the deck this way. Spirit, any additional messages for my chosen tribe? For my chosen tribe, from their spirit guides, angels, the Most High, their benevolent ancestors. All right, 3 came out. I love this. I am loving this. Okay, so let's start with the first three that popped out for you. First, you have I remember. Isn't this what we talked about? Remembering our life's mission? Soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So that's what I'm picking up on for many of you who you felt as though you were meant for a very high position in this 3D world, whether that's banker, CEO, CFO on Wall Street, DA, member of the CIA. I'm sure there's some of those in the chat. But whatever this 3D job that was of high ranking, high status is, now, sorry about that. Whatever this high ranking status is, I have rabbit fur all over me. Sorry, guys. This is what happens when I pull my rabbit up onto the screen. She's a lion's head mixed with a Holland lop. So she gets the whole lion's mane and she has a whole like skirt around her. So her hair is flying everywhere since I lifted her up to the camera. So with this fated life versus the destiny life, this is you relinquishing that 3D support, that 3D job that maybe some of you I'm hearing you went to school for 8 to 10 years even. And you're relinquishing that because there is this destiny that is being called upon you. And look at how she's connecting here with the water. No such thing as coincidence. What a beautiful, beautiful energy. I remember. If you remember why you came here or you feel like you're getting so close to your life's purpose, write it in the chat. I remember. Definitely connecting with the earth, connecting with the water. For some of you, it's giving that the scene in The Lion King, where Rafiki brings him to the edge of the water, and he speaks to his dad, and he just keeps repeating, "Remember, remember." Yes, Ma'at. Very creative name. Ma'at Asaid bird. Okay. Yes, remembering this life is going to bring you it's going to take you out of a job or a situation that you felt like maybe everyone around you projected this onto you. Maybe you're 6'8", and so people were like, "You're going to the NBA. Look, he's going to the NBA, or she's going to the WNBA." But you love playing the flute, and people were like, "We're all that talent, all of that height gone to waste." And so they've projected onto you what it is you're supposed to be doing, and that's your fated life. But your destiny life is coming because you're awakening, you're remembering all the diversions and distractions, the demonic energy, the spiritual attacks. They're being averted because you're divinely guided and protected. And because you're so tapped in with your benevolent ancestors, it's almost like you can see them pouring into her. As above, so below, tree of life here as well. And much like that scene in The Lion King, as you look into the water at yourself, you see the genetic codes, you see your ancestors in spirit and in flesh, and they're speaking to you. I'm getting heart chakra. You can see that star is activated right there. This light actually may create a glare, but her heart chakra is activated. Moving forward, even further confirmation, star family, you're part of a team of souls. Call in support. And you've answered this call, but this is a direct reminder from spirit. Anytime you're like, I thought this was it, what's happening? Things should be manifesting by now. Call upon them. They're going to let you know exactly what the next move is. And it's all coming from within you. It's never outside of you. It never takes, even for me, I always let people know, especially in these collective readings, your intuition is always comes first before mine. Use your own intuition to filter out anything I'm saying. Leave what's not for you and take what is. The same is going to happen when you connect with your ancestors. You're going to know what to act upon, what to share, and what to keep quiet about. This star family, they almost look like they're swimming here. For some of you, I'm getting Orion. Some of you may be from Sirius B, Arcturians, Palladians. Some of you have mixed lineage. Some of you, This may be your first time incarnating on earth, but you are an old soul, 1,500 years plus. And it's not that you kept failing the mission, you kept coming back here. It's just this is the first time you've come here to this 3D plane. It's as though you've been victorious upon and in the other galaxies, and now you had to bring that reign, that king and queen energy, and bring it to the 3D. People need to see it. People need to see they need to hear your story, they need to see you and be inspired by you. This is resonating. Drop a 333 in the chat. Star family, many of you, I'm going to do another reading where we call upon the galactic family because it's coming out here very strongly. We have activated Earth, power places, ley lines, and trust where you're being led. So much confirmation from spirit. I could shed a tear right now. We get our ley lines. We get our magnetism, which is our heart. We get our magnetism from the ley lines that run beneath the earth. We get our electricity from the sun because we are electromagnetic beings. Many of you, it's right here. You've been activated, which is why there's not a lot of earth pentacle energy showing up here because you're vibrating so high. Many of you may have recently had a dream about an alien abduction, I'm hearing, and you may have received quite a few downloads from that abduction. You know, they often say that the aliens came to the United States and agreed with the aliens to have a contract in which, in exchange for technology here, and only to do business within the United States, but in exchange for this alien technology, they were able to study humans and abduct them, not to harm them, but to study them. And when this happens, you're not supposed to remember your abduction, but for some of you, you keep dreaming of being abducted. For some of you specifically, you feel your hair standing on edge. Some of you may even see yourself in a mirror in this dream, which is very rare. So if it happens, no, it's not a dream. You are somewhere else. You have timeline hopped. You are a multi-dimensional traveler, I'm hearing. And that's when you receive many of your downloads. But I'm getting specifically hair standing up on edge. For some of you, I'm getting Loch Ness Monster. That is coming through so random, but it's happening. If you could see how many of you are just beautiful in the 3D, and people don't like that. But if you could see how beautiful you are as stardust, as energy, it beats anything here on this 3D plane. And you're remembering who you are. You're vibrating higher. For many of you, when you experience this out of body or this astral traveling, if you will, you feel this intense vibration within your body as it happens. And you're just being reminded with this card, trust where you're being led. You are divinely guided and protected at this time. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. Give me one moment. Wet the whistle. Okay. Next time I got rabbit hair all on my shirt, let me know in the chat. All right. Beautiful chosen tribe. The cosmic heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Look at that energy. And that's how I'm seeing many of you. It's for those who do not have the clairvoyance and they don't have the Hierophant energy to see you, they feel you. And that's what triggers these people to fear you. Because when you come around, they can't pretend, they can't hide behind their mask. They're being met with the purest energy of a high vibration that's love. The only thing stronger than fear, the only thing stronger than war is peace and love. And when you move into a room of people who don't yet remember who they are, maybe they won't in this lifetime, and that's no fault of theirs. But because of this, because they see this light within you, it irritates them. It irritates the darkness within them. It irritates the demons within them. And I've said it in many lives, and it's just something I want to remind you of as a chosen one. There are going to be those monitoring spirits. There are going to be those vessel hoppers who hop into family members, coworkers. I don't mean to scare you here, but even sometimes animals, and try to knock you off of your path. But you have this cosmic heart with your, and it's so potent. So for many of you, if meditation isn't a regular thing for you, I do encourage you to try to meditate at least 5 minutes a day. And meditation doesn't always look like sitting cross-legged in lotus with your mudras, although it can. Meditation can simply be rinsing rice before you cook it. And as you're rinsing the grains, moving the water around, you just become so entranced, almost like a hypnosis. It also happens when, say, you're driving home and you're just thinking about something so deeply. Next thing you know, you pull into your driveway and you don't even remember the last three traffic lights or stop signs. You're just like, oh, I hope I didn't run any red lights. I don't remember getting here. For some of you, when that happens, you are actually timeline hopping and you don't remember because you didn't do it. Not this time, at least. For others, it's meditation. You're in the flow state. So remember, most of us meditate every day, chopping vegetables, driving our cars, simply becoming fixated and focused on something. And if you struggle with meditation, I do say to focus on your breath. Connect with your breath. Take it off of autopilot. Take that deep inhale in through your nose. Feel that life force, that prana within you as your chest, your lungs, and your belly expand. And then that contraction as you release all of the air, all of the energy that doesn't serve you. And you can physically feel your shoulders relax away from your ears because you remembered to breathe with intention. That's why I begin every live with the breath work, because it's a great way to set the energy. We're going to move into the Dust to Onyx deck before we close out this reading. So if there's anything you're wishing to receive guidance on, if you weren't here for the yes or no question in the beginning, maybe write it on a piece of paper, say it out loud, pause here, say a prayer. This deck is very hard to shuffle. It's velvety. I say it every reading, but oh, I absolutely love this deck. It is so beautiful. The book it comes with is very informative. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to split the deck just like this. I'm being called to feel. Tonight has been so much about our feelings, our emotions. And for many of you, you really become the master. And once again, this doesn't mean you don't get angry, you don't get sad. It just means that you know how to transmute it. You know how to acknowledge it like a cloud passing, like a thought passing during meditation, but you don't live in it. You don't saturate your body in it. You don't wade in it like a pool. You like dip your toe and you're like, that was good enough. No more of that. I'm going to spread the cards as such. I'm going to do it a little different on this one and pull from this deck. Let's start with this. Mama Gourd. You can't make this up. This is the Queen of Cups in the traditional deck, the Queen of Water. There is the third repeat message. You had 2 Strength cards, 2 Hierophants, and now 2 Queen of Cups, the master of your emotions. I keep repeating it because Spirit keeps saying it to me. My, have you been through it? For many, there's a card in this Starseed Oracle deck that says cracked open. Many of you were cracked open like a coconut. And that's where the best juice is, right? The best nourishing water and vitamins. But when you were getting beat against that rock, not physically, I hope, but when you were being cracked open to remember these beautiful parts of yourself, it was, for some of you, you just didn't want to be here. You didn't want to be here. You didn't know why you signed up to come back here. You're like, there's no way this is the mission I signed up for. Confirmation from spirit, fire department in the background, siren going off. So for any of you who are struggling, I do encourage you to reach out to someone, but know that you have a whole tribe here, a whole chosen family, and you can call upon these people and you can speak. And I don't mean this in a, they always take everything and they bend the truth. They want to scare you. So instead of hoodoo, they call it voodoo. Instead of spirituality, they call it tarot or a Ouija board, which I would not use a Ouija board. But the point is they try to make you fear your connection with your benevolent ancestors as if you didn't come from them. And they try to remove this connection. So for many of you, if you're feeling alone, remember that you have an entire army around you 24/7. I can see that any attacks, because I came in with such a divine download that the people around you are just so fearing your awakening that they are trying to send these spiritual attacks. But nowhere in this energy do I see that. Your ancestors, they're like return to sender. It's as though someone's Wi-Fi is off if there's no transmission. Some of you, there's someone who used to do this with their nails. Maybe when they were anxious. That may be you. Maybe you shake your knee as I shake the table. With this mama gourd, there's someone who may have left behind in this 3D realm family heirlooms or jewels. I saw this blue piece of pizza. That was one of my downloads coming into this reading. At first, it came across like a jewel, but then I saw that it was more flat and it was a slice of pizza. On the right, this is exactly what the shape looked like. Um, I'm sorry, on the left, this is what the shape looked like, but here on the right was the color. So here it is manifesting. I'm glad that I spoke that. If only you saw the support that you have in the astral realm. Blue is going to be your color. For some of you, I had red earlier. For others, it's going to be blue. It may be the mastering of your hot and your cold, of being really into something and then retreating. Stand firmly on whatever it is you're working towards at this time. For the next card, we have the 10 of coins. Let's go. Next to the sun, this is the happiest. Well, the sun, the 10 of cups, the 10 of coins. This is completion. This is one step past wish fulfillment. This is your, as 10 people come into the live at this time, no such thing as coincidence. 10 of coins. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Everything is aligning for you. Absolutely everything. For some of you, I'm getting it's activism. It's going to be using your platform to have a voice for the voiceless, whether that be animals, children, women, whatever this is, that's for you to decide. And that's the thing, is being a spiritual teacher. You can provide someone with the tools, but you can't tell them what to build. That's all you. But you are going to have this abundance in spirit and in flesh. Something that was put deep into the dirt is going to produce this green energy, green being like the cosmic womb of earth, fruitful energy, the color of money, the color of the heart chakra, the color of wealth. Okay. If things have been slow financially, they are most definitely picking up for you. Let's see what else Spirit has. Little staff. So this is the Page of Wands. Fire energy, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Some of you may be starting with minimal resources, but you have everything at your disposal to build. It's as though you can see this energy. He has this crowning thought. He feels like it's that $1 million idea. And in his mind's eye, he already sees what he's going to build with it. And in the other hand is the staff, the wand of manifesting. Many of you are visionaries, whether that be the oracle, the hierophant, the clairvoyant. For others of you, you can see something and then put it into, you are like a master builder, which I believe is the number, is master number 22 in the tarot, or I'm sorry, in the tarot, in numerology. So for life path, you may be life path number 22, the master builder. I also get Capricorn energy with the master builder because they're very much about their coin. They're very much about building. This is fire here. For many of you, it's going to be seeing something in your mind's eye, allowing it to sprout from your consciousness. And for others, it's sitting right here at the throat chakra, using your voice. That message has come out in a lot of recent readings. Whether that be showing your face, whether that be singing, whether that is a musical instrument like we spoke of earlier, but you're going to bring people together. People are going to come and they're going to gawk and they're going to awe at whatever this is that you're building. I'm going to pull one more message after this and we'll close the reading because so much confirmation. I'm really just repeating myself at this point. You have the Ace of Cups. From the Ace of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups, the ultimate champion, the ultimate victor of your water, of your emotions. And there's that cracked open energy that I referenced a few minutes ago. You've been carrying, it's also the crown. You've been carrying heavy burdens, for some of you for lifetimes, for your family, but you're the generational curse breaker. For some of you, it may look like crying many tears to release that stored trauma within the body. For others, it may be a helping hand or lending an ear to someone who's going through something right now. Many of you would make great guidance counselors, therapists, teachers. So many teachers in the chat, and I love this. I love this awakening that's happening here. Many of you, and this came out earlier with the So Chic, who are designers, you're going to bring a boldness, a color that no one else is doing. And I know they said there's nothing new under the sun, but whatever this is you're doing, it's going to be a trend is what I'm hearing. It's going to be very trendy. And you may not even be ready for the influx of what's going to come when this takes off. So, clear message from spirit. Anyone who's still in the creative process of whatever this is, make sure you have enough to supply a large demand and make sure that you have the next gate ready to open for the water to flood through. Because you don't want there to be this huge uptick in virality or in eyes on what it is you're offering, but then there's nothing else. Like the people are going to be so hungry, so ravenous, I'm hearing, for more of what you have, that make sure you set them up for the next so that abundance can flow through, because they're just going to want to keep buying from you whatever it is you're selling in spirit or in flesh. It doesn't have to be monetary. People want more. It resonates with them. It fills their cup, and your cup, as you see here, runneth over. Let's end. One more card from the Dust to Onyx. Final message for my collective. Queen of Wands. All this Queen, King, Hierophant energy. Queen of Wands, you are the master manifester. Be mindful of someone whispering sweet nothings in your ear or trying to take you off of your path, because there's someone who's feeding you information who doesn't have your best interest at heart. But the Queen always knows. She may pretend to take this person seriously out of respect, or just simply because she doesn't feel as though they're worth her time. So she lets them talk. But it's like they're blowing bubbles. They're not saying anything. Just be mindful of someone looking to waste your time over the next few weeks. Very clear message. But you also, bells. Some of you may have bells in your home. You may even have a singing bowl, like the crystal one I played earlier, or something more like this. I'm being called just to tap this 3 times to reset the energy before we commence. So, as someone revved an engine outside 3 times, let's go. 3, 2, 1. You may use these bells to call in your benevolent ancestors, to keep your home high vibrational, much like a queen would. But you are just shrouded in this excellence, in dripping in wealth, health, abundance and knowledge, applied knowledge becoming wisdom, people on your team who are going to help you reach the masses. I'm hearing you need a team. You're going to need a team if you don't need one now. And you're able to partially keep your anonymity. However, yet your eyes are going to be a big part of this. People looking into the windows of your soul. People may stare at you often. That comes with being a chosen one. Beautiful chosen tribe, I'm going to end it here. I'd like to just take a moment to thank you all for your comments, for tuning in, for being loyal supporters. I am truly grateful. If you would like a one-on-one private reading, check out the description. I get those recorded and uploaded in under 72 hours for you. That way you can watch it time and time again. If you'd like to leave a donation, it's at the top of the chat. It's also in the description. Thank you, Curtis, for leaving that lovely donation. I'm thanking you again. I am truly appreciative. And if you'd like to join the Chosen Tribe community where we can share our dream downloads, once I hit 5 patrons, I'm going to start doing a monthly Zoom for my paid patrons so we can hop on Zoom, connect with one another, and face to face, and that's specifically an exclusive. All the content that's there, I don't share publicly to my YouTube. So go check it out if you feel inclined. Thank you all. And until next time, I am sending you peace, love, and elevation in consciousness. I say.